Hey guys, what's up? Manas here, and this is going to be the last problem in section of solids, and it goes like this. A cone base 75 mm diameter and axis 80 mm long is resting with its base on the HP, that is horizontal plane. It is cut by a section plane perpendicular to the VP, inclined at 45 degrees to the HP, and cutting the axis at a point 35 mm from the apex. Draw its front view, sectional top view, and true shape of the section. Alright, so here is the question, and answer the following questions and you're on your way to constructing. Alright, so the object in this case is a cone. Fine. Now this cone is having a base diameter of 75 millimeters. Alright, so I'm going to write 75 mm diameter. Then we have this height as 80 millimeters. Alright, so I'm going to write over here 80 mm. Apart from this, it is resting with its base on HP. Resting with its base on HP. So this is the orientation of this cone, resting with its the next thing to do is to collect data regarding the cutting plane. Alright. So the cutting plane is inclined at an angle of 45 degrees to HP. So since it is inclined to HP, we're going to use theta. CP means cutting plane, and the angle is 45 degrees. So I'm going to write 45 degrees. Fine. Then the position of cutting plane. Now the cutting plane is such, it cuts the axis at a point 35 mm from the apex. Okay, cutting the axis at a point 35 mm from the apex. Okay, alright, so I'm going to write here cuts the axis at a point 35 mm from the apex. Apex is actually the topmost point, the pinnacle of the cone. Alright, now initial assumption for step number 1. So guys, since this particular cone is resting on its base on the HP, since it has a circular base and it is resting on it, and it is resting with its base on the HP. So what we're going to do is we have to start with the top view first, because the true shape of the base is seen from the top. Hence we have to begin by drawing the top view, and accordingly its front view, that is a triangle, will be made. Alright, so let us start. So this base diameter is going to be 18. The base is having a diameter of 75. So I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to draw a circle, and this circle is going to have a radius of 37.5, or you can also say it has a diameter of 75. All right, I'm going to shift this circle slightly up ahead. That's it. All right, next thing to do is I'm going to do 8 equal parts of this circle. All right, so these are the 8 equal parts of the circle, and now we're going to name them. Starting from this point, we have this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and finally it should look something like this. Okay guys, that's exactly what I was talking about. So now that we have prepared the top view, let's go for front view. And for front view, we need to extend lines from these points. Alright, it's gonna reach somewhere here. Okay, so I'm going to extend lines from 2, 3, 4 and 5. Alright, please watch this carefully until they reach this what you call XY line. Okay, that's exactly what I was talking about, and finally this point over here. Okay, now this, you can see this is the apex. All right, and if you go down below, you will have the axis. You cannot see the axis from the top view, but you can certainly see it from the front view. And now I'm going to draw this axis. Now this axis is having a length of how much? This is 80 millimeters. All right, so we're going to draw an axis starting from this point and 80 millimeters up ahead. All right, 80, and then I'm going to join this point, this point, this point, this, and finally back to the apex. All right, so that's the axis, and axis has to be one more thing, that you can draw these generators also, connect these generators with the apex. All right, now this generator over here represents, now this is the front view, and its corresponding top view is this. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write over here the name of apex. Apex I'll write down as O, and its corresponding front view is going to be definitely with a dash, O dash. So this is O dash and this is O, and if this is top view for 1, then this is going to be 1 dash. Now when you look at this object from the front, this is 2, and behind 2 we have 8, so this is going to be 2 dash comma 8 dash, 3 7, 3 dash comma 7 dash, this is 4, and behind 4 is 6. We have this as 4 dash comma 6 dash, and finally we have this as 5 dash. And finally, after writing all those things, it's going to look something like this. Well guys, that's it. And now the front view and top view is done. The next thing is to locate and position what you call the cutting plane or the section plane. Now let us read about the section plane and its orientation. It cuts the axis at a point 35 mm from the apex. So let us put a point down below from the apex, 35 millimeters. All right, so we have this and we need to go 35 mm below 35. Let us just randomly draw a line over here, and this point, this actual point is let me show you. This is 35 millimeters, and through this point I'm going to draw a cutting plane, okay, at an angle of 45 degrees. Okay, let's do this quickly. Now the portion of the cone below the cutting plane has to be darkened. You know that very well, and you can use an edge pencil for that. All right, so only the outline. I'm not interested in darkening all the generators. All right, I'm only interested in darkening the outline. Okay, that's it. All right, now I'm deleting this dimension for a while, and this angle, you know that very well, this is 45 degrees. Now next thing to do is locating the intersecting points. I mean the points where the cutting plane had intersected the generators of this cone. Okay, so one point is over here, that is in the line O dash 1 dash. Okay, so I'm going to write over here, this is 1 dash. I'm going to write here what you call, I'm going to switch it off, this is going to be A dash. All right, second thing, it's top view. The top view of A dash is going to lie somewhere here. So this is going to be what you call A. All right, its corresponding top view. Then we have this particular point of intersection. Now if you see this, I've highlighted this line over here. This represents O dash 2 dash 8 dash. Actually there are two generators over here, one at the front from O to 2 and the other one at the back, that is O to 8. So there are two cutting points, and let's name them. So this is going to be B dash, and this over here is going to be C dash. I'm going to bring it down below, and it intersects somewhere here. So this is going to be point B, simply point B, and this over here is going to be point C. Now let's figure out one more point. There are two generators, one at the front, that is O3, and one at the back, one at the front O3 and other one at the back O7. So for them both we have this point D dash, and we have one more point, that is E dash. Well, unfortunately the problem is when I start to draw a line, okay, from this point, it does not intersect O7 or O3, rather it overlaps O7 and O3. And in order to get out of this situation, what I need to do is, please follow the steps. Okay, go straight from this D point until you reach this generator over here, and then bring this downwards. Okay, now with this guy O as center, and this from this point to this point, you need to draw an arc. That's it. All right, the same stuff can be done in the clockwise sense also. All right, now so this is what you call, this is A, B, C, then these 2 points are D and E. So over here we have this as point D dash, and over here we have this as point E dash. Now that's also done. Problem has been eliminated. Next thing to do is to locate this. DE is over, and then we have F, G, then this is H. Alright, this is F dash, this is G dash. Alright, and now let us bring this point downwards. So this is the intersection point. So this has got to be F dash, simply F, and this is going to be G. And finally we have this last intersecting point on generator O dash 5 dash, and let us say that this intersecting point is represented by H, and let us bring this point downward in order to locate its top view. So this is intersecting, H is intersecting O dash 5 dash in the front view. It's going to intersect O5 in the top view somewhere here. So this is finally point H. Alright, now guys, the next thing to do is to join all these points with the help of a smooth curve. Alright, so let us begin. I guess we have been successful in doing this. Alright, now I'm going to drag on the portion which is remaining. Alright, and the portion which has been chopped off, I am going to leave it as it is. Okay, next thing to do is to do hatch. This particular portion is the portion of the solid which has come into direct contact with the cutting plane, so this has to be hatched. So we're going to do so. Let us do this quickly. ANSI 131, you know that very well. Pick points. That's it. Hatching done. Alright, so this is, guys, what you call the sectional top view. Alright, I'm going to write here sectional top view. Alright, this is sectional top view. This is what you call the front view, simply front view. And now we're interested in preparing the true shape of section. Alright, and in order to do so, I'm going to draw a line parallel to this cutting plane. Okay, so this is the line parallel to the cutting plane. I'm going to set it to layer. Okay, it's a normal line. Let us name this line. If this is X, then we can write this as X1. This actually is a plane. Alright, and it is perpendicular to VP, in fact, and when you see this plane from the front, you're gonna observe some kind of a line. Okay, so this is X1 and this has got to be Y1. Alright, the next thing to do is to draw perpendicular lines from A dash, from B dash C dash, from this point D dash E dash, from F dash G dash, and from H dash. Okay, so that's it. Now I've drawn all these lines. Next thing to do is to find these points from A to H. So A will be along this line, B and C will be along this line, and the same stuff for these three lines also. Now for locating A, we need to take an arc, take arcs from XY line, and with this guy as center, with X1 Y1 as center, we need to put them. Okay, I'll explain how to do that. First we need to check as to how much this arc is. So you can make use of a compass, the two legs of a compass. This works out at 56, somewhere around 56. So I'm going to do this. For A, we need to, for A, this is for A. Alright, this is for A. So the arc length was 56. So that's point A for you. Alright, now let's locate point B and point C. First of all, we're going to locate this point C. Now the point C's distance from XY line is 39. Alright, so you can take an arc. Okay, 39. So this is point C. Now again, same stuff has to be repeated again. Point B's distance from XY line is 73. Alright, taking this as center, and you need to take an arc. How much was it? Was it 73? 73. I don't remember that quite well. All right. Okay, let us extend this. It is not cutting the arc, so let us extend it. So this over here is what you call point B. Now, why not extend these lines? Let us extend them. Now, let us locate point E. So when you take an arc for point E, it works out as 40. All right, point E. So point E is along this line. Okay, so you need to take an arc of length 40 millimeters. All right, so I'll write 40 over here and then move in this direction, so this becomes automatically my point E. Now let us work out for point D. So this is working out as 73. All right. So this over here is point D. So we have 5 points, 3 more to go in the form of F, G and H. So this is going to be point G, and it works out as 40, how much, 47, isn't it? Okay, 47. So G point is going to be along this line, 47. So this over here is point G. Now let's fit in this guy, that is F. And for F we need to take this arc right from this line XY, and this works out as 65. All right, so 65. And this is what you call point F, and only one point is left, and the name of that point is H. This is the front view for H. I forgot to put a dash. Okay, it's over here that I need to take this arc. So this distance works out as 56. All right, so an arc of final arc of 56 millimeters. That's it. So guys, this is our final point, that is point H, and we're gonna now join all these points with the help of a smooth curve. So let us do this quickly. Okay, so this was the curve, or this is the section that has been generated. So let us darken this, and now finally I'm going to hatch this. Let us pick points, and that's it. This is what you call the true shape of section. True shape of section. All right, you can do the dimensioning part also, like this distance, this is 35, and this height over here is this was 80, I guess. This was 80, yes. And then the diameter or the radius, if we speak of diameter, this has got to be 75 millimeters. All right, so this is how you can finally give dimensions to the final drawing constructed. All right, so guys, that was all from my side, and I hope that you liked the video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and if you have any queries or questions or doubts, don't forget to write them down below in the comment section. This is Manas Patnaik signing off. Bye bye, take care.